Hi there, this is Dr. Jack Belitz, chiropractor in Omaha, here to welcome you to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack show. We are here to answer the questions that you ask. I had a patient come in this week who was fairly obese, and that brought to mind a study that I had read a couple of years ago, and I realized I had never really shared it with the members of this viewing audience, and so I wanted to do that because I think the information was amazing. What it came down to was the question was asked was, how old was your liver? And if you answer your age, your chronological age, there's a very good chance that you are wrong. And that is because this society has put such a huge stress on the liver that it tends to age a lot quicker than the average person does by years, and thus puts a huge toll on your heart. The professor, there's a professor at the University of California, LA, that developed a way to measure the age of the liver based on what he called the epigenetic clock. In other words, it shows how fast your liver is aging. And he noticed that the more obese you are, the faster your age increases on the liver. So for every 10 units of obesity that you go up on the BMI scale, your liver's epigenetic age goes up by 3.3 years. So that's an important thing. Now, this epigenetic clock is based on a process called DNA methylation, which is basically a fancy way of saying, do your cells remember who they are and what they're supposed to be doing? Because that's huge. I mean, that is absolutely huge. If they remember that, then they're going to keep you young and happy and healthy. And when they stop forgetting what they're supposed to be doing, that's what leads to cancer and all the other problems that go along with aging. And one of these impacts is obesity. So basically what they're finding out is that, that it is an obesity that targets the liver, but the same mechanism that causes obesity also degenerates the liver. So basically, the long and short of it is, if you're obese, the reason why you're obese is probably also causing you to have a very sick liver. This day and age, the main culprit is fructose. It's a common sugar, and I'm sure you've heard of it before. It's in most of the fruits to some extent, but where it's big time getting overused these days is in high fructose corn syrup, which is in so many things these days with pop and everything like that. And the problem with fructose is the only place that it can be digested is through the liver. Nothing else can take it. So the liver's got to do all of it. And that puts a huge stress on the liver when you're putting such a high concentration of fructose into your body with some of these sugary drinks that we have these days. And basically, when your body breaks down that fructose, it doesn't go into energy for the cells, it goes directly to fat production. So no wonder so many people are obese, because when their body is breaking down all this fructose, it's going right into the fat cells. Eating all of this fructose blocks a lot of the burning of the fat too, which is a big problem. In other words, even if you do try to exercise when you're obese and you're not going down in weight, it's probably because the amount of fructose is keeping your body from burning the fat when it wants to use it for energy. So what's the solution to all this? Well, the biggest solution is reduce that fructose consumption. Get rid of the high fructose corn syrup completely if you can. I mean, there's no reason to really need any of that. A little bit of label reading will let you know whether you're getting any of it. If you are going to eat some fruits, which is advisable, you want to stay away from the pears and the plums and the red apples because they have such a high concentration of fructose. What you want to stay with is more of the berries, the strawberries, the raspberries, the blueberries, and maybe grapefruit and kiwi fruit. Those are the things that have low fructose concentrations. Remember, the liver is huge important in not only obesity but just overall health because it's got some very important functions and like detoxifying toxins in the body. And so if your liver stops functioning, you can get very toxic very quickly. So that's information I think it's really important. We do have a really amazing liver gallbladder flush that I really suggest people do once a year. Now, the great thing about this flush is that there is absolutely nothing that you have to purchase in the way of powder or vitamins or anything like that. Just a few things you have to pick up at the grocery store, and then the liver gallbladder flush is just something you just do at home. So it's really awesome. It takes about a week, but it really does some good things. So if you are interested in that, stop in at the office or give us a call at 402-333-4848, and I will get you that information. Or if you're not near Omaha, go ahead and email me at askdrjackb, that's BEE, @gmail.com. And you can use that email to also ask me any questions that you might want me to research and put in a future episode here. Have a very happy and healthy day, and I will see you in the next episode.